Alright guys, so in this video we're going to go ahead and begin installing the new belts onto the 370Z. This applies to any Nissan or Infiniti that comes with the VHR motor. So if it comes with a 3.7 liter, then this should apply to you. I know for the Q50 you do have a lot more space when it comes to that area right there where you need to get the belt. This area right here, the Q50 does have a little bit more space than we do on the 370Z, but it's the same concept and it's the same way that it goes on there. So I already did a few things. I removed the reservoir that was right here full of coolant. As you can see, there's two bolts that go right there, and you need to remove this hose that goes to the top, and this one right here as well. It just has a clip. Move it to the side, take it off. You might need to use a flathead. Don't try pulling on it because you could rip it. Grab a flathead, push it out a little bit, and then you can go ahead and start pulling it. This is a reservoir, just so you guys can see what it looks like. It doesn't have anything at the bottom. It just have one hose that goes to the top, but as long as you remove that top hose and you have it elevated, none of the coolant is going to come off or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And then here, the two 10 mils that were at the top, remove those with a 10 mil socket and you're good. So no fluid is going to come out or anything. When you remove that, you'll be perfectly fine. So now we're at this point, we're going to go ahead and put a wrench into that hole at the bottom. Not sure if you guys can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I have it stuck at the bottom of that hole that goes to the tensioner right here. So I already loosened it up and I put my Allen key, now that's aligned right there. Now the easiest way to do this is you can grab a breaker bar and put it in there. I believe it's a 3/4 or 3/8, something like that. And then you're gonna go ahead and grab either a breaker bar, or you can use something like this. This goes on top of my jack, and I went ahead and put it inside of my wrench, my tool. And now you have a lot of leverage to be able to pull it upward and get into that spot that you need it to go into. You do need a lot of strength. I was able to do this by myself using one hand to be able to hold this up just like that, and then with my other hand putting the Allen key right in that hole. Once you do that, you're pretty much good. Now there's going to be no tension and this is going to be loose just like that. There's a diagram for this if you need it. I might have to go through the bottom of this one to get that other side of the belt out, or I might just need both of my hands to be able to get that part out. Alright, so I was able to remove the belt. In order to get it out, it was easier to go under the car. That way you can feed it through. It's not going to be very easy doing it to the top. I think it's going to be super difficult. But here is the belt. Now the main reason I removed it is because I saw some damage on it. I don't remember what I was doing, but I think I was cleaning the intakes, and I saw some damage on the outer part right here. So see, there's like some damage right there. Looks like it's gonna rip. Right here it's really skinny and has like a tear, and I'm kind of scared that's gonna rip in the future if I don't take care of it now. But the belt looks good overall. Like this right here, it doesn't actually look really bad. So the belt was pretty good itself. It's just that it had that tear and I wasn't sure if it was gonna like cause any issues in the future. But let me go ahead and get the new belt to see the difference between each one. Got it on Amazon. Here's the part number. I'll link it down below as well. That way you can go ahead and pick it up. It was pretty cheap. Not sure if you guys can really see that, but it's actually pretty close. It's not that far off. Yeah, it's exactly the same size. So we're gonna go ahead and put the new belt on. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and install the new one. Alright, so here we are under the car. I wanted to show you guys exactly how you put in the belt for this part right here. So if you're under the car, there's the hole that you need to put in the actual breaker bar in order to move it to the side. You're going to feed the belt in that hole over there, and you're going to maneuver it back, and the flat side, which is this side right here, this one should be touching the actual wheel. So the actual little rib cages that are on the other side should not be touching the wheel. It should be the flat side, because on the other side it's going to feed down and it's going to go into that one over there where the actual ribs do need to actually touch. So we're going to grab the belt, push it in like that, just like that. See how I went over it? Alright, so here's the top. Everything's now on, everything's good. This one pretty much goes all the way straight down, going to the back over there. It should be a little bit loose because we still haven't loosened the tension on it. And then now if we go through the bottom, For the bottom, I would suggest putting all of them on except for this one right here. The reason is because if you put this one on first, then you put this one, and you leave one of the rib cages loose, it's going to be really difficult to put on there. So put all of the ones that have the little ribs on there first, and then at the end, go ahead and put on the smooth one that's just going to slip on. That'll make it a lot easier. But you can see that the belt goes all the way straight down here, goes around this one, goes back up, goes around that pulley over there, goes back around, straight into this one right here, goes down to the alternator, then goes all the way back up. So now that everything's good, we're going to go ahead and loosen the tension. Once we do that, everything should tighten right back up. Alright, so the tension is now released. Just check the belt, make sure you can't take it off or move it off. Everything looks good. And then, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this right here was a lot lower than what it was in the beginning. So right now, if I try to move it, I only have to move it a little bit to get it back to in place. But before, it was like, I believe it was like all the way down here, so it was pretty far out. And then if you want to check to make sure where the belt's at, you can check the little gashes that are right there. See those three right there, those three lines? Kind of tells you where the belt's at. If it's all the way to one side, that means the belt is bad. If it's in the middle, that should be pretty good. And then if it's all the way to the left side, that means it's a lot tighter. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the reservoir back on. Super easy. For some reason, mine's broken right here at the end. I don't know exactly what happened right there. Put in the 2 10 mils, and then this other hose is gonna go right back in here. Just like that. I might need 2 hands to be able to do this part right here. Oh no, we got it. Just like that. Cool, so that's that. Plug this one back in. Alright, cool. Everything should be good now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolts back in. Let's go ahead and start it up first to make sure nothing happens. The car doesn't blow up. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude the video. As you saw, it was a super easy install. I think it took me about 30 minutes, not very long, just because I was recording and everything, so it was going to take me a little bit longer. But if you do it on your own and you have all the right tools, it should take you about 15 minutes. I already got my bumper back from paint, so I'm going to be installing that in the next video. And I also got an FM transmitter for the 370Z, so if you guys are interested in purchasing that, I'll be reviewing that in the next video as well. But I'll throw in a clip right now with the bumper and how it came out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.